Hello everyone, good morning, hope you're doing well. So today I'll guide you through one of the most essential tools in digital analysis, which is Google Analytics. So we know that we are in a world where websites have become the heart of communication, marketing, and customer experience. So we should understand how users behave because it is no longer an option, but it is a necessity. So let's delve into our presentation and discover how this tool helps us transform raw data into smart decisions. So here's the structure of today's presentation. I'll start by introducing Google Analytics and say what it matters, how it works, main features and key metrics, insights and business application, its limitation, a quick demo, and finally a conclusion. So what is basically Google Analytics? So this is a free platform created by Google that tracks and analyzes how people use a website. So it allows businesses to see how many visitors they have, where those visitors come from, and what pages they explore, how long they stay, and what action they complete. So instead of guessing how a website performs, Google Analytics deliver real and measurable data. So this is basically extremely valuable. Why? Because it will help companies understand which content captures attention, which pages are ignored, what users are looking for. So in simple terms, we can say that Google Analytics is the brain of the main part of a website because basically it will help owners or organizations identify what works or what doesn't and what needs improvement. So why does this tool matters? Because basically, as I said, it will give businesses a complete and accurate picture of their digital audience. So it will answer many questions or crucial questions such as who are our visitors? How did they arrive on the site? Which pages captures their attention? Are they leaving too quickly? Which marketing campaign are actually working? So basically, without analytics, company will make decisions based on assumption, which is bad. But with analytics, every decision is guided by data, real and measurable data. So, and for this, it will lead to a smarter marketing strategy, more relevant content, and of course, better user experiences. And as a result, a higher conversion. So this is a today's we are living in a competitive digital landscape. So we should understand our customers because it's not an option anymore, but it is essential and a necessity. So with this tool, it will provide us that understanding and turns this understanding into actionable insights. So how this tool works, basically, we will see it on our quick demo, but let's dive quickly on how it works. It will use a small tracking code placed on every page of our website. So for example, each time someone visits the site, this code records the action, such as page views, click scrolling, overall engagement. So all of this information is then sent to Google Analytics, where it is basically organized into detailed reports. And basically, these reports reveal how users behave and how the website performs. For example, if the system basically will show whether visitors came from Google search, Instagram, an ad, campaign, or by typing simply the name of the website directly. It is important, and it will also track how long they stay, which page they view, and when they leave. So this is a simple cycle. It tracks, collect, process, report, and provide a complete picture of user activity, helping businesses make smarter decisions based on real data again. So what is these tools' main features? So as I said, it will help us understand the website's performance from every angle. So here we have the real-time report or section that will shows what is happening on the site at every moment. So making it ideal for monitoring campaign or even live events. So the audience section reveals who the visitors are, their location, device, their level of engagement, and so on. We have the acquisition section, which explains how users reach the website, whether through search engines, social media, direct traffic, or paid advertising. So the behavior section basically focuses on what users do once they arrive, which pages they visit the most, how long they stay, and where they decided to live. And finally, the conversion section track the action that matter the most to a business or to an organization. For example, sign up, purchases, or firm submissions. So all these features would provide a business a complete and detailed understanding of how basically their websites perform. For the key metrics, basically we have this is indicators to measure how well a website is performing. So users represent the number of unique visitors. Session is how many times the site was accessed, even if like one person returns multiple times. Page views highlight which page attract the most attention. The bounce rate measures the percentage of visitors who leave without interacting, which is an essential indicator of page quality and user satisfaction, by the way. So the average session duration shows how long people stay on the site. So which shows basically an overall engagement. And finally, traffic sources identify, as we said, where visitors come from, either whether from social media, direct link, and so on. So these metrics will help us identify or understand if our website is healthy, is engaging, and successful in reaching its audience. So Google Analytics basically shows which pages users visit the most and what content draws the most attention and where visitors come from, whether search engines, social media, and so on, as we said earlier. So the key insight is how long users stay on the website and where they exit, which help detect pages that need improvement or content that is not engaging enough. So it compares also mobile and desktop behavior, which is an essential insight since most traffic today, and as we know, comes from mobile devices. And for all these insights that Google Analytics gives, it will help, of course, businesses refine their website design. For example, making it faster based on the data if they found that mobile app is not fast enough, clearer, and more user friendly. So they can also optimize their marketing strategy by, for example, investing more in the channels that bring high quality visitors. And also it guides SEO and content improvement as well. So helping these websites, for example, to rank higher on Google. So these insights basically lead to a better performance, more conversion, more sign up, and stronger user engagement. So every website, of course, has its limitation. So the first one is that the data is that it should be installed correctly. Otherwise, the data might become inaccurate or incomplete. We have the privacy and regulations such as GDPR that will also restrict how much information can be collected, especially, for example, if a user refuses cookies. So there is a learning curve as well. So if we fully understand the different report, it will take us time, practice, and experience. So in some cases, of course, certain data may be sampled, especially on websites with very high traffic. And despite this limitation, it remains one of the most reliable and widely used tools for understanding and improving a website performance. So I will start the quick demo. So the easiest way to connect your website to Google Analytics is basically to connect it here on Google Sites. So this is the simplest method is to connect your Google account directly through WordPress. So you just sign in with the email you want to use. For example, if you are using WordPress, it will link the site directly to Google Analytics, and the tracking code is added automatically for you. So after that, we can go straight to Google Analytics and start seeing real visitors, as I will show you right now. So first of all, this is a panel that show all the Google Analytics accounts linked to my Google account, for example. So each website or app I tracked appears here as separate property. So in my case, I only have one property, which is GoFit Now. So when I click on it, I click on open. I can directly see the report for that specific site. So this menu is useful when managing multiple websites because it lets you switch between properties instantly without basically logging out or changing settings. So this is our Google Analytics homepage, which gives me an immediate overview of how my website has been performing over the last 7 days. But you can click on, for example, yesterday, last 30 days, and so on, depending on what you want. So and it highlights the most important metrics, which are the total views, total user active, average engagement time. And in my case here, I have 35, and 2 second, that decreased slightly, basically. The color coding makes the interpretation easier. As you can see, the green identified or indicates improvement. Red, as you can see, it indicates decline. So in just 1 second, I can see or understand whether my site is performing better or worse than before. Here we have 2 lines. The line chart compares basically the traffic trends across dates. So we have the solid line, which shows my current week's activity, while the dotted line, as you can see here, it represents the previous week. So this is a visual comparison, which helped me identify or see or understand when traffic increased and dropped. So, and whether, for example, there are clear trend or isolated peak. And what makes this homepage useful is that it should provide you a complete high-level snapshot without, for example, requiring me to dive into a detailed report. So I can simply, if I want basically to check whether my website is improving, stable, or declining, so I can stick to this page, which gives me all the essential information instantly. But if I want to delve deeper and to gain deeper insight, like top performing pages, traffic, and so on, I can easily access the detailed report, or as we will see right now. So you click on report. So this report is a snapshot view in Google Analytics, and it provides a quick overview of how users are interacting with my website. So first of all, we can immediately see the main performance metrics for the selected period. Here we can see 45 active users, 45 new users, an average engagement of 8 seconds, and a total of 200 events. So these numbers basically summarize the activity and help me understand how many people visited the site, how many were first-time visitors, how long they stayed, and how many actions they performed. So just below Google Analytics shows the top pages on the website. For example, here, the homepage is the most visited with 20 views and 11 active users, followed by login, lost password, services, and so on. So it will basically help me identify which pages attract the most attention, and also reveals issues such as high bounce rate. As you can see here, we have 100% bounce rate, meaning that user left quick after viewing only that page. So I can see here, as you can see, where my traffic comes from. For example, most users come from direct traffic, meaning that they type the website address or they use a link. So we have a small number here of organic traffic from Google and one refer from Hostinger. So this helped me identify my how my visitors I find in the site and which acquisition channels are currently the strongest. So let's go here. So here we're gonna understand the web traffic section. And basically, it will gives me basically a global view of who is visiting my website, how they interact with it. So at the top, we can see that my users come from Germany, followed by Morocco, and so on. So this map will help me quickly understand the geographic distribution of my audience, as you can see here. On the right, we have the main cities. So the next graph shows the average engagement time per active user, which is currently 8 seconds. So this tells me how long visitors stayed before leaving. So below, it shows the most common events performed on the site, such as page view, session start, first visit, and scrolling. I can also check which pages were viewed the most. So home page is the first, followed by login, and so on. Another box here shows the user loyalty, which helps me identify returning user versus new one, and reveals how consistent engagement is over time. And finally here, I can see the language basically distribution of my visitors, with most user browsing in English. And as you can see here, this page helped us understand where my traffic comes from, how users behave, and which pages and events dominate the customer journey. Finally, let's delve into our technology. So this page basically provides a complete overview of the technology used by my website visitors, and it will help me understand how people access the platform and which technical environment I should prioritize. So based on this data here, I can see that 100% of my traffic comes from the web, and meaning that no one is using an Apple or alternative platform. So my main focus here should remain on optimizing the website experience. As you can see here, the operating system section indicates that most user visit the site on Windows. As you can see, 25 user, Macintosh 15, and so on. This is also visible in device category, as you can see here, 97.8% of desktop and only 2.2% browse for mobile. So this is important because it shows the website is more or mostly consumed on large screen. And also we have here, we do have that Chrome is the main browser used by visitors, so meaning compatibility and performance of Chrome should remain a priority. So to conclude, this page helps me understand exactly how users access the website, so I can optimize the design, performance, and feature for the devices and system that matters the most. So to conclude my presentation, so we are in the digital world, so we can't improve what we don't measure. And Google Analytics basically gives us the clarity needed to make smarter decision and real decision. So by understanding who are our users, how they behave, what they need, we can basically create better experiences, stronger marketing strategies, and more successful websites. So Google Analytics basically, and as we saw, transform data into insight, and insight into real improvement. So thank you for listening. I hope that I explained everything. And that's it for today.